Carrie Quimby, welcome. You are the clinical dietitian for BMH, and so today I wanted to talk about incorporating some fun books for children and healthy eating habits and all sorts of good things. So to get started, what is a balanced diet for children?
Yeah, good place to start. So I actually brought a picture of my plate. This replaced the food pyramid several years ago, back in 2011. This is just a good visual of what we should have in front of ourselves at every meal. And the same is true for adults. Kids just have a smaller portion of the same thing. So we have the 5 major food groups represented, starting with fruit and vegetables, grains, protein, and some source of dairy. So each food group has sort of its own special offering. Protein are the building blocks of creating, more child as the child grows. Grains are carbohydrate, used for energy. Our bodies use carbs for fuel. Fruits and vegetables provide lots of vitamins and minerals and fibers and antioxidants, phytonutrients. And then dairy is going to provide calcium and vitamin D to help bones grow strong and healthy.
Sure, so going off of that, and one of the books that I'll talk about, Bread and Jam for Francis, for breakfast. So what would you consider to be a nutritious breakfast for children?
So for any meal, I would go back to the basic 5 food groups and choose at least 3 out of the 5. And I would always try to include some source of protein. Protein's going to keep the child fuller longer. If you have just a simple carb breakfast like juice and toast and jam, for instance, child's going to be hungry in an hour or so. So some protein and fiber is going to keep hunger levels capped for a couple hours anyways.
Sure. And so after breakfast, definitely snack time. So what would you consider healthy snacks for some children?
And I would go back again to the healthy food groups. So fruits and vegetables are great snacks. Vegetables with dip. It's always better to have dip than no dips if that's what it takes to eat vegetables. Grains in terms of whole grains, so a whole grain cracker like a Triscuit or Acmac or whole grain bread, cut into shapes of a cookie cutter. Dairy, yogurt, cheese are all great snack foods. Milk, you could make a smoothie with fruits and vegetables and dairy. Protein snacks, hard-boiled eggs, deviled eggs, nuts and seeds are all great ideas.
Sure. Great. And so in Eat Your Veggies Goldilocks, Goldilocks actually begins by she's not eating a lot of good things. So what are some of your examples that are not good things for kids to be eating a lot of?
So I tend to sort of focus on quality of diet and not villainize any particular food group or food. So the parent's job is to really provide a balanced meal and snack regularly, and the child's job is to decide what and how much they will eat. Not creating battles, not bribing, not rewarding particular food behaviors. That being said, there's that whole, what's not on the picture, the whole aisles in the grocery store, all those brightly colored things that are highly processed. They tend to be very sweet or very salty, very fatty, and our brains are hardwired to really like those things instantly. We're still sort of wired back in the hunter-gatherer days when calories are good things, so we see calories, eat calories, and our brains think, oh good, we're going to survive the famine. But in this day and age, we have an abundance of food and calories, so I would try to minimize those processed things, and it's not a rule. I wouldn't say, oh, no more cookies, they're bad for you, because as soon as you say that, you want twice as many cookies. So a balance and then treats here and there is part of a normal routine, not making a big deal out of it.
Sure. And so in these other books, we see that the characters get more involved in making some of their food, and so I think that you wanted to say something about children getting involved in cooking.
That is an awesome way to get kids involved. Even the youngest children can wash plastic dishes in the sink. They can wash produce. They can certainly sit in the high chair and watch and be explained the processes. And as they get older, they can certainly have more of a hand spreading things, mixing things, adding things in, washing. Helping plan menus, picking in the grocery store, should we have broccoli or cauliflower tonight? Not like, do you want broccoli? Because then there's a yes or no, but having kids choose and help is a wonderful adventure for them.
Wonderful. Well, great. Well, thank you so much for joining us
today.
You're
welcome.
And this has been a lot of fun.
Good.
So great.
Thanks.
You. Summer reading is vital for children's brain development. And as we just learned in our conversation with Carrie, so is a good, healthy, balanced diet. Some books we highlighted today were D.W. the Picky Eater by Marc Brown, Bread and Jam for Francis by Russell Hoban, Eat Your Veggies Goldilocks by Sam Smallman, and of course, Bear Likes Jam by Ciara Gavin. You can find these books and many others at your local library or your local bookstore.